Come here. Get back. Get back. Keone! Woohoo! It's not quite a snowball, is it? Ah. Ready? We'll see how long this toy lasts. Don't growl. Don't growl. Good one. So Kara's been really busy the last few days. We've been dehydrating mushrooms, and you can hear the dehydrator in the background. It's got another load of mushrooms in it. And then here's some more mushrooms that we've been dehydrating. We've had the dehydrator running pretty much full time lately. Kara made some zucchini chutney. Got it all canned up. And then she made some quick confetti pickles. Carrots, cucumbers, zucchini, radishes. Anything else? Onion and garlic. And dill. And then today she made, what's it called? It's relish.
Summer's Bounty Zucchini Relish.
Summer's Bounty Zucchini Relish. That looks really good too. It's very colorful. And she's been busy canning. She's got the canning bug. Or she has the, I need to get it out of the refrigerator bug. I'm not quite sure. But we've been storing up more and more. And then here's some salsa that we've recently made and canned up. This is the first time we're canning the salsa. We've made the salsa before in the past, but this is the first time we've actually canned it. We're going to let the flavors meld together and see which batch we like the best, batch 1 or batch 2. And then anytime we see Roma tomatoes on special, we will be buying some more to make some more salsa. And then I'm going to take you over and show you a couple experiments we have going on. Or maybe I'll just bring the experiments over here. So this is just some carrots that are about 3/4 of an inch from the top, cut off into a slice. They were starting to sprout when we started this, and put them in the dirt, and they are just growing like weeds. They're doing really good. And this is Kara's. Kara did this one to see what would happen. And I think there's 3 carrots in there now. Huh? Just one? Just one carrot top in there. And then I started another one in another container. I'll bring that one over. And so here is my little experiment, and I'm trying to get this Napa cabbage to root. It's pieces off of a full head of Napa. You peel back a few leaves and then you'd see one of these hanging off on the side. And then I have a carrot. So I have 3 of the little Napa shoots. You can kind of see it's just drop it hanging off the side. And it's time to change the water. And they're doing really good, but I don't see any roots starting to grow yet. And that's what I'm hoping for, is to get them to root and then throw them in some dirt. And then I have a carrot top here, and I don't know if you can see that, but that white spot is one little root starting to grow. And we know that these are not going to grow carrots, but they are going to grow carrot greens, and it's the greens we're after to feed to the rabbits. Just to give the rabbits something else to eat, and what otherwise would have either gone to waste or in our bellies, because we would have eaten that much more of the carrot. But you know, you minus one bite of carrot and maybe we'll be able to feed the rabbits some greens for a while. And that was the idea. Plus it's just kind of an experiment to see what happens. And this is another experiment I have going on. So this onion had a little sprout out of it, and I decided to see what would happen if I stuck it in water and just let it grow. And I know it's not going to make an onion that you can eat, but what I'm hoping for is that the onion will go to seed and I'll be able to collect the seeds off of it. And I actually have about a half a dozen of these onions that have done this. I just show you one because they're kind of hidden back off to the side. Our cabin is so small we have to just tuck them into little corners to see what will happen at this point until I can get the greenhouse going. But this is after one day. See all those roots? That is after one day. So there's the old roots right there. You can see the old roots down at the bottom right here. But all of that white is brand new roots that just popped up overnight. So these things are ready to go in the ground. It's just too darn cold outside to put them into the ground. So hopefully they'll last long enough for me to be able to put them outside. If not, it was a fun thing to do, and I will just keep my eye out for another onion, because I'm just hoping to learn a little bit about collecting the seeds and storing the seeds, and then next year I want to see if I can plant the seeds and get something to grow. So this is just kind of an experiment to teach me a little bit about seed harvesting and what it all entails. I'm just trying to learn here. Not quite sure what I'm going to learn, but I will learn something, that's for sure. So we're doing a pretty good job of drying out. I still have one mud puddle there. This is where I normally park my truck. Still a little bit of a soft dirt, but there's no water there anymore. So it's almost totally melted. And I don't remember if I showed you my pathway that I built to keep from walking in the mud, but I just took some slabs from the logs I was milling and laid them down and made a pathway to keep out of the mud. This was a big puddle of water right here, so I just threw a pallet down and it stretched. It was, see if I can do it. It was a huge, from right up there, this was all water. all the way down here and around and up. That was all water. And so to keep from having to walk through it and stuff, I just throw this down, and once it dries out, then it's done. But it's just the fact that the ground is still frozen, so no water can soak in. And this is a low spot on the property, or on this portion. This is just kind of a little bit of a low spot, so it collects a lot of the water in the springtime. Other than that, it doesn't ever flood or have even puddle up during the summer. Now it won't even puddle up unless it's a big rain, because all of the water can soak into the ground that is around it. So yep. Hi, Keone. Hi, the puppy dog. Where's your toy? Where's your toy? There's no more snowballs. I've been really busy on the sawmill the last 2 weeks. Pretty much every night after work, I come home and get on the sawmill. I've already shoveled that pile of sawdust twice. It's ready to get shoveled again. But show you. And I'll show you what I've been up to. So this pile here is all for Bill from Alaska's last frontier cabin. Just some of the lumber he's going to need for his chicken coop. Just a little picture. So if you're seeing this, Bill, this is the start of your chicken coop right there. And then here are some 3.5 by 8 foot long beams that I am milling for another person for his project. Another one of my friends. And I'm halfway there on those. I have 5 more to go. I've been busy on the sawmill. Get all this done. Come out and spend a couple hours each night on the sawmill, and then go do other things. And on my way home from work today, I collected another project. Take you over to my scrap pile and show you what we're up against here. So, nice electric hot water heater right there. This is part of my chicken coop, and I am hoping to go back on Saturday and get at least 2 more. And what I am going to do is peel this skin off of here, peel the skin off, and use that in between the layers of wood to help keep the shrews and the ermine out of my chicken coop. That's going to be my metal barrier. I tried to do this last spring, and I stopped by a place that does the installation of hot water heaters, and they told me that all of their used hot water heaters, all of their garbage hot water heaters, they wanted $25 a piece for them. And yeah, they're not worth that. There's nothing in there that's worth $25 to me. So I passed on it. And then yesterday I got a text that said that I could come get as many of them as I want for free. So I stopped by tonight and grabbed this one. And I prefer to have the electric just because the tanks are so much easier to work with, and I can use them for more more stuff, but they don't have very many electric hot water heaters. Most of them are natural gas. So the tank inside really isn't worth saving because they have a big hole in the middle that runs the whole way through it. Right there, that's one that I did. I took the shell off of it. But they have this big hole in the middle for the exhaust, and that goes all the way through the whole tank, and so it pretty much makes it worthless for anything that I can think of to use, because to get in there and cut that out, I'm not quite sure how I would be able to do that. So I prefer not to have those style of tanks. I'd rather have a tank that ends up like this, where it doesn't have a hole in the middle, because I can make so many other things out of that tank. But they only had the one that I grabbed today, and another really short one. And that really short one, it was so full of sediment that I couldn't pick it up by myself. So I'm gonna go back on Saturday and pick it up and probably get one or two more of the natural gas ones, because I need the outer shell for my chicken coop, just to keep the ermine and stuff out. It's trying to come up with a way where I don't spend a bunch of money to better protect my animals. And then they had some pressure tanks there that are no good, and I grabbed them because I can turn this into I can turn any of them into metal melting. I want to make a foundry, and I'm not sure if this one or that one right there for a metal foundry, so that I can melt that aluminum and make projects with the melted aluminum. And then this one, this little short stubby one right there, looks like it would be a really cool fire pit, or maybe even a smoker. I'm not quite sure which direction I'm going to go, but I'm going to think about it, try to do a little bit of research, and it's just more projects. I keep grabbing more and more projects for myself. And yep, but those are for when I have nothing else to do. Ringo's in her little spot right there, able to look out and see what's going on. Are you ready for some friends to show up? I will be getting chicks here really soon, as soon as the temperatures stay a little bit warmer in the evening. This chicken coop, right there, that window, there's a dividing wall in this chicken coop, because I used to have my pigeons on the left-hand side and my chickens on the right-hand side. So I can bring my chicks in and put them on the left-hand side, and they'll be protected till they get big enough to be able to deal with her and her grumpiness if she decides to get grumpy. She really wants to come outside now, but I got other things I have to do. She can just stay in there, and I'll let her out tomorrow night. Kara tried to let her out earlier, and she wouldn't come out, so now she decides she wants to come out. Anyway, let's walk and talk while I get back over next door and get started on what I need to get done. So yeah, we've just been really busy the last 2 weeks, going hard at it. So much stuff to do every night after work. I come home and do a little bit of canning, or do a little bit of preserving for food, get some food in the dehydrator, and then I go out and I get on my sawmill and run it for a little while, as long as I can. Got my tractor going and getting logs over to the sawmill now that way, so I'm able to get a little bit bigger logs and clean up some of my log pile that I have laying around here. But we've just been so busy the last 2 weeks. I haven't had any time to really relax or rest, and I keep creating more projects for myself. I still have to get my greenhouse going, and I'm thinking about making another greenhouse a little bit bigger out of some pallets that I have, and collect a few more pallets and make a little bit bigger greenhouse. Yeah, you can see my greenhouse right there in the background. I got to get the cover put on it. I've ordered new plastic. I'm gonna change my... Last year I wasn't really happy with the plastic. It wasn't clear or see-through plastic. I don't think it was really meant to be a greenhouse. I think it was more meant to be a covered shelter. It was just give to me, so I didn't even have the box or anything to read, but I ordered some clear plastic that I'm going to put over it this year and see if that works a little bit better. And I am thinking about using, see if I can get it, that stack of pallets plus some more pallets that I bring home from work to make a little bit bigger greenhouse, a little bit different design. And I have the plastic ordered for that, but it won't be here for a while. Kind of a run on it. I waited too long. I should have done this months ago, but the idea just came to me, and I figured I'd like to try it. We'll see if it happens this year or it doesn't happen. It doesn't really matter, I guess. I'd rather it happen this year just so I can get some more practice on growing stuff. But if it doesn't happen, what am I going to do? You know, if it doesn't show up in time, there's nothing else I can do. Just deal with it and move on and be ready for next year. Be better prepared for next year. I just have so much happening that I don't know. Why do I do this to myself? Why do I get so many projects going? Do one project, see it to completion, and move on. But the problem is if I don't start my garden now, then I won't have a garden at all. But if I don't get to milling lumber, he won't get his chicken coop. And I know he's excited and anxious to get that. And if I don't mill if I don't mill those boards for the other gentleman, then it's putting him on hold. So I don't want to put other people on hold, but I can't just let my projects be on hold either, because I'm also cutting down timber at least every Saturday. Try to go Thursday nights and Saturday, but I've held off the last couple Thursdays just because there's so much snow still on the ground that it's slogging through the snow. By the time I get back, it takes me a half an hour to walk back there to start cutting trees down, and then I only have a little while. Sorry about that. So yeah, I go, and if I were to go on Thursdays, it takes me a half an hour to walk back in there with the slogging through the snow with all of my tools and equipment. And then I cut down trees for maybe an hour, and then I have to hike another half hour just to get back out. So I don't want to do that. Once the snow is gone and I'm not post holing through 3 feet of snow, then it'll take me 5-6 minutes to walk back there. I can make 2 or 3 trips with my tools, no problem. Just get in there. I can cut for an hour and a half on Thursdays, and then Saturdays I can cut for 6 or 8 hours, no problem, as long as my body will put up with it and I don't have other projects going on. Other projects. I don't know. I'm going to quit rambling about this. Just thought I'd give you guys a little bit of an update what's going on in my life. Videos are hard. I've been videotaping, but it's so hard to sit down at that computer to edit the videos. I just don't make time. By the time I get inside, it's 10 o'clock and it's ready to go. I'm ready to go to bed so I can get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and get to work. So yeah, I have them. I have them all on video, but just taking the time to edit is really tough. Quit talking now. So thank you for watching this edition of Not So Remote Alaska. And until next time, may God bless and keep each and every one of you. And with that, I'm out.